I speak Dutch. What is your superpower? Hi, I'm Paul, and I pronounce Dutch words and names the way a Dutchman would pronounce them. If for some reason you're studying Dutch and you're a little bit intimidated by all the new words and phrases you have to learn, don't worry, especially if you're an English speaker. The Dutch have adopted many English words and phrases into their own language. So you already know these words. Some words Dutch people use on a daily basis. Take what I'm wearing, for instance. What is that? What am I wearing here? What's this garment called? Of course, it's a t-shirt. You know what it's called in Dutch? Een t-shirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you random voorbeelden, random examples. The word random is another one. Random voorbeelden, random examples of English words that have made it into the Dutch language. And I'll pronounce them the way the Dutch would pronounce it because they give that Dutch spin to the English words. How do I pick up these things? Well, I watch Dutch TV, I listen to Dutch radio, and I listen and look at Dutch influencers on social media. Social media is also an English word or concept adopted by the Dutch. An influencer is a perfectly normal Dutch word as well. So I watch those young influencers and they chill. Yes, everything is chill in Dutch. Alles is chill. So I watch them chill out and go to random winkels and talk about the random topics. And I watch what these people say and how they say it, and there's a lot of English in them. So I think the whole wave started with information technology, or as they say in Dutch, IT. IT is IT. With words like, well, ik werk in IT, I work in IT, en ik heb een computer. En ik heb ook een laptop, I have a computer and a laptop. En my computer, heeft een webcam. There's a webcam on my computer. And I use that for social media or to chat with people. Ik chat met mensen elke dag. En ik klik op een link. I click a link. En ik gebruik de scanner soms, de scanner. En dan, als ik wat scan, dan ga ik naar de printer om iets uit te printen. En dan crasht de computer crashes. Juist als ik iets geüpload heb. We call it Dunglish. When you combine the Dutch language with the English language. So uploading en geüpload of gecrashed is Dunglish. En natuurlijk moet je een goede wifi verbinding hebben. But we call it in Dutch wifi. Wifi. And the background you listen to some hi-fi music. And we say hi-fi in Dutch. We say hi-fi, but Wi-Fi. Makes sense of it. And today, AI is the rage. So AI of AI is also perfectly acceptable in Dutch. Now, then the other day I was watching the Great Big British Bake Off, but the Dutch version, which is called Heel Holland Bakt. And a couple of bakers, every other word they say is pretty much English. And lots of baking terms and baking words are straight from the English language, like the word like cake. Ik bak een cake vandaag, een cake met icing erop en frosting erop. Hè? En er komt marshmallow icing op de cake. En dan ook nog aardbeien jam. So cake, frosting, marshmallow and jam, all English words, made it into the Dutch language. And then we just had elections here. And after the elections, everybody wanted to know what the polls said. The exit polls. Very Dutch word, exit polls, right? Polls. We used to say opiniepeilingen, but now they're polls. And it talked about how great of a debater a politician was. A debater. He was a very good debater. And the elections at the end of the night were too close to call. Too close to call. We couldn't say it in any Dutch words. Now some other random words, random woorden that made it into Dutch language. Manager. I'm going to say them in a Dutch way, right? Manager. Team manager. That needed a sponsor to organize a potluck. To relieve the stress. Ja, ik voel me zo gestrest. I'm feeling so stressed. After the feedback I got. Ik heb zo'n feedback gekregen van mijn teammanager. En ik ben helemaal in de stress geschoten. So I really needed a weekend to relax. Ik ben het weekend ingegaan om een beetje te relaxen. En heb op social media een selfie genomen. I took a selfie with my phone, with my mobiele phone, with my iPhone, right? And then I started to do some streaming, some live streaming on my phone. En ik heb mijn profile geüpdate, mijn social media profiel geüpdate. En dat is goed voor mijn marketing. En dan denk ik van, ik moet meer vakantie en niet more vacation. We zaten te denken aan een cruise. Laten we naar een cruise gaan. Ga? Lekker chill op een cruise. En dan kregen we een folder van een brochure. En bij die brochure zat een lekkere sticker. En een sticker had ook een label. And many of the curse words that the Dutch use also are English. Words like, what the fudge? You know, that's not fudge or fork, what the fork. But you know the word, yeah? Fuck. or shit. These are random Dutch curse words. When a Dutchman says curse words, he will often use English to rely on. Isn't that wonderful? So yes, I speak Dutch. What's your superpower? Well, your superpower is that you already know a couple of Dutch words because they're English and you grew up speaking English. So it should be relatively easy to pick up all these words that I just rattled off. I just rattled off a few words because I'm on social media pretending to be an influencer using my smartphone on the weekend and also during the week. Yes, that's how it goes, people. Have a great day. Tot ziens. Bye bye.